Today our special guest needs no introduction, so he's not going to get an introduction.
Thank you, Brian.
No, he is going to get an introduction.
I don't want one now.
No, you're getting one. He's an international artist. You're known in Asia as Mr. Will.
True.
You're a comic book artist. You have drawn Batman, Judge Dredd, Transformers, and you've worked in many movies with great directors, including Dickie Attenborough, Neil Jordan. But we know you best from your work on Game of Thrones, right from episode 1.
Mm-hmm. From the pilot, actually.
From the pilot.
Pre-episode 1.
You've worked on every single show.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, today we're going to ask Will some questions about Game of Thrones that have been sent in by you, the viewers of this vlog. So, Will, here we go. Question 1. This is from Jonathan. You've just started working on Game of Thrones Season 6.
Yes.
Can you talk us through what happens?
Absolutely not.
That's a question from Jonathan.
There you go.
What do you mean, no?
Jonathan, I can't tell you anything.
Right. Okay.
Except it's great.
Okay. Question 2. This is from Sophie. Who is your favourite Game of Thrones character to draw and why?
Well, I got to say Daenerys, because she's really nice and curvy and wonderful. She looks great when you draw her.
And when you travel around the world...
I get asked to draw her lots. And Tyrion.
Okay.
And I get asked to draw some of the other characters, but I'm happier drawing these two.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go, Sophie. Right, this is a question from Ian. Are there any of the Game of Thrones cast who are good artists?
That I don't know. I have no idea. Because I'm drawing away in a room by myself and I don't see what they're doing. They may be doodling somewhere else.
Who do you think may be
a good artist? Oh, Nikolai. He's probably got posture and arty stuff coming out of him.
Okay, good. Right, this is a question.
I could be completely wrong, of course.
Here's a question from Peter. What are the essential tools of a storyboard artist and where can I buy them?
You must rush out and get yourself a pencil.
Oh, that looks like a pen, though.
That's a pencil. That's a clutch pencil. And you must get yourself a camera. These two things. These are perfect things.
Okay, a pencil I get. You're a storyboard artist. You're drawing.
Paper's good.
Although
most people use computers these days, except I'm archaic, I'm ancient, and I tend to use the old tools.
So you hand draw everything. Yeah. Now, what about the camera? Explain the camera.
Cameras for reference photographs. Lots and lots and lots of reference photographs. You know, you go to set, you take photographs of set if you're wanting to do interaction of characters that you have to draw. So you're going there, you take the set, and then you go and imagine everybody in place.
I see.
Sometimes.
All right.
But a lot of the time.
So
you just use the camera for taking photographs.
You get to photograph the beautiful women and draw the beautiful women.
No. I get to photograph the beautiful set.
Oh, the beautiful set.
And then imagine the beautiful women in the beautiful set.
Oh, sorry, the beautiful set. That's right.
And the guys.
Okay, here's a question from Michelle. When you are drawing Game of Thrones, do you hear the music in your head?
No. I normally hear my iTunes collection of whatever. So, I mean, yesterday it was Bob Dylan was in my head.
But you listen to music?
Sometimes, yeah.
When you're drawing?
Sometimes. Sometimes I watch programs.
You watch other programs?
Well, I have things just clicking along in the background. You know, it's almost like listening to Radio 4.
Radio Ulster.
You look up Radio Ulster. You look up at your favourite parts. You know? So, I remember this scene. It's normally old movies.
Okay, here's a question from Aidan. Which piece of your own work are you most proud of?
In Game of Thrones?
Across all your work.
Well, I'll keep it to Game of Thrones just for the moment anyway, because I think that the design of the White Walkers, because I got to design those right from the beginning, and I mean, obviously they've developed and gone through different stages, but I got to do the first bunch of paintings and got that thing started.
The White Walkers.
The White Walkers are the scary guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how did you do that? What was your kind of idea behind that?
I sat and read the little piece, the paragraph description that George Martin had written in his book, and I took it from that, whatever I imagined, and I painted the idea on the basis of that paragraph.
Brilliant. Okay, now, question from Sean. Here's the question. When you were a kid and drawing comics, did anyone say to you, stop drawing comic books, grow up, get yourself a real job? And if they did, are you now saying, nah, 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 nah?
Yes, there was a little bit of that. My mum kept giving me art books. My dad kept thinking I should be a mechanic and get a proper job, you know. And I kept just drawing and running away from them so that I could keep drawing. So the thing was, I was very single-minded about it.
And do you go, nah, 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 nah?
I have hardly ever gone nah, 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 unless it's part of a song that I'm singing in my head. But no.
What age did you start drawing at?
I can only go by my mum, and she said I was 3.
3.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, that's obviously like cave paintings. I probably was drawing all over the walls of the house. I don't know.
Okay, final question. It's from Amelia.
These names sound very familiar to me, Brian. Who have you been? Is this the cast? I asked.
Well, they just happen to share their names with the cast of Game of Thrones. Purely coincidence. But here's our final question.
I thought you were going around the bars in Belfast and finding them.
Here's our final question from Amelia, which is, if you could storyboard any other TV show, which one would it be and why?
Well, there's 2 I really like at the moment, and that's Penny Dreadful and Vikings. Vikings because it's more like Game of Thrones, it's like crazy mayhem and madness. And Penny Dreadful because I think it's just really clever and atmospheric and just great. It's my kind of stuff.
Brilliant. Well, Will Simpson, it's been a pleasure to talk to you. Thank you, viewers, for your questions. And Game of Thrones Season 6, when can we see it?
Next April, I think.
April 2016. Thank you, Will.
Thank you very much.